All right, let's get some people in here. I'm going to share this now. Just bear with me for a moment. All right, I think we got that out. Let's see here. I'll pin it. We'll like it. We've got a few people in here. We're going to give it a couple minutes, guys, just so you know. Just want to make sure we get enough people in here. It'll be recorded, but, I'll be taking some questions afterwards. So I think there's going to be people that want to be in. Let's see. Go ahead and comment. Just let me know if you can hear me all right, if everything sounds good. Just want to make sure you guys are able to hear me okay. Let's see here. All right. Just swap out chat. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to, okay, I see the chat now. Cool, good deal. All right. Okay, again, going to give it just a couple minutes, guys. I want to make sure you get people in there. I've never asked you guys to share anything. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, please, because I want as many people in here as we can get. Thank you for the congratulations on the baby. No, I didn't say this, but that was an IVF baby. It took us 4.5 years. So it was a long time coming. So we're very excited about that. So thank you for your kind words. Much love back, of course. Absolutely. Market's looking better. I think we're turning around here. I think, my opinion, I think the worst is behind us. And I think we are going to make a next move. We'll be choppy, I think, for a few weeks, few months. I think in fall, we're going to make our next move up. Boy or girl, we will find out this week. We did the blood test, and I think it's coming back Thursday or Friday. We'll know. So at this point, when you've had enough disappointments, you're like, you know what? I'll take whatever God gives us, to be honest with you. So anyway. All right. Cool. Okay, you guys can still hear and everything? Everything's good? Because on sometimes YouTube live stream, it'll give me some suggestions for the stream. So I just want to make sure it's still up and going. Cool. Go ahead and share it, guys, if you wouldn't mind. I appreciate it. And we'll get into it in just a quick second. Sorry, the market kind of sucks, guys. I know it. I don't like it either, but it is what it is. It's we go through these cycles. And everybody sometimes looks for a common enemy to blame. Last year it was Elon Musk. This year it's, I don't even know. What is it this year? Not even sure, but people will find an enemy, right? And then they'll start to blame projects, right? And a lot of times projects are just a symptom of the market, so to speak. So I'm going to make my head bigger. Just what you guys want, to make my head a little bigger. All right, cool. All right. Go ahead, get a couple hundred people in here. So I think we can get started here. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I'll answer questions at the end, but I would appreciate if you would hold off on the questions until I can finish. I just want to get through what I want to say, and then we'll go from there. Okay? And we'll spend time. I got to get a workout in, but that's okay. You guys are more important. All right. So I want to, before I get started, I want to give a little backstory. So I did a deep dive video on Phoenix, and in my deep dive video on Phoenix, I had shared with everybody what my relationship was, how I came to know Luke and Eric, but there may be people in here that never saw that. So I just want to go through that really briefly, if I could, and touch on that. So I met Luke and Eric through Lee back in early December. And, Eric and Luke, they came on camera, they used their names, they showed their faces, they explained what they were doing, they explained what Phoenix was and how it would work. And I liked that they were very open and transparent with me. And, I liked that Phoenix, and still do, by the way, that Phoenix is a new take. It's basically a circular reward system that would fund businesses and investments which would eventually move over to a revenue-based model. It makes perfect sense. And it's really, if you're going to use the node model, it's the best way to do it, frankly, is to have an end goal to what you're doing, right? So I was asked if I'd like to be an advisor. Given the fact that my goal is really to try and help the community, right? To help the community get to the better place. And part of that means helping to improve the projects themselves. So you improve the projects, you improve the community, everybody wins, essentially. So I agreed to, I'll be an advisor and I'll help. So, my involvement was a little more limited from the point of, being an advisor during the first few months. I gave advice where I thought it would help the protocol and help investors and nest holders. Some of the advice was taken, some was not, and that's perfectly fine because it's not my business, it's Luke and Eric's business. And it's totally their decision of what they want to act on and not act on. That's totally fine. So with kind of that backstory in mind, let's fast forward to this month, May. We're in 2022, May 16. I was asked if I wanted to come on board with Phoenix. And originally I was asked to help lead the marketing. To which initially I said no because I didn't want to give full time to something with our pregnancy around the corner, right? I mean, to me, money's one thing, time is something that you don't get back. However, as I gave more thought to it, I decided to do it only because I felt that if I was going to give my time and focus to helping those who hold nests, that I couldn't really make the impact that I wanted to being part-time. And not to mention, I'm just not that type of person that is like dip my toe in the water when I'm doing anything. I really like to go in and actually make an impact. So that was the reason that I decided, we'll do this full time. We'll come in and really try to help. So I came on board 2 weeks ago today as a CMO. I felt that I could help the incubators be successful, which would in turn help all of you be successful. I mean, Phoenix's model is going to be dependent on the success or failure of the investments. So that to me was the 80-20. So that kind of, brings me to what I want to say. And that is, as of today, I've decided to resign from my position with Phoenix Community Capital as the CMO. I also have requested to be removed from the multi-sig as well as from the white paper. So before we jump into any conclusions, I just want to answer why, okay? There's two reasons, most importantly. The first is that as an entrepreneur, I feel like I have a certain way that I handle things. I have a certain way that I run businesses, and there was just some decisions and ways of running PCC that I didn't agree with. And that's okay, by the way. It doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make me right, doesn't make anyone right or wrong. It just means that I see things differently, and I prefer to handle things differently. And that's okay. That's okay that everybody has their own way of doing things, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just, for me personally, it creates a bit of an impasse that I can't get around. That makes sense. So, the second thing is that, as many of you know, with some few unexpected life changes, our wife and I are going to have a baby later this year. And, with different responsibilities, when I look at the plate of responsibilities in my life, crypto, family life, church, all the different things I have going on, I'm really trying to do the best I can to prioritize my life before it gets even busier than it already is. I really am desiring to try to be a present father, a present husband, and also be able to focus on helping all of you guys as well. That was really the intention of starting what I started. Otherwise, I would have never started a channel or a Twitter or any of that kind of stuff. It just sort of organically happened, right? And I feel like maybe I've gotten away from that. Additionally, just real talk, given the delays with Phoenix's incubators launching, and they are coming, it's just that given the delay with them, I don't personally feel like it's appropriate to be taking a salary to not do what I came to initially do, which was to market them, to make them successful. And ultimately, if I'm going to do something, I really want to do it to the utmost of my ability. So I hold myself to a high standard. And if I'm not in a position to operate at that high standard, then it's just not a good use of time. Ultimately, when I could be helping someone else, I could be spending that time helping someone. And I know that there's many people that need help, right? So I'm going to end with this, and I'll let you guys ask questions. But I want to make something just really, really clear, abundantly clear. I wish Luke and Eric and everyone at Phoenix the best of like I always say, health, wealth, love, and success. I will, of course, make myself available if they ever want my input on anything in the future. But for now, based on my life circumstances, just based on different things going on, I need to be just an investor and an investor only, and be really more focused on providing you folks with high quality content and really just helping as many people as I can. So that is where I'm at. If you guys want to ask any questions based on that, we can get into that. I hate to do this on a day where the market sucks. Some people weren't happy with the AMA, but it's like, there's never a good time to deliver bad news. I don't really even think it's that bad news. I just want to make sure I realign and refocus and help you guys the way I feel like is best. And additionally, if I didn't say this today, because I thought, do I want to do this today or tomorrow? I don't want to make it look like I'm upstaging their AMA, which I'm not trying to do. But if I wait till tomorrow, there's all these questions, and I feel like I'm lying to you guys if I don't come out and say, hey, I'm not CMO anymore. I would feel like I'm deceiving you guys. So I just can't do that. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to go through some questions that you guys have. Is it over for Phoenix? No, I don't think so. Do we as investors need to be concerned with making our ROI back from PCC? I don't really know how to answer that, because really with any project, you're always going to be concerned about making your ROI back, right? Let's see. Do you believe in the financial integrity? Well, they do plan to come out with audit reports, so I would say wait for the audit reports, man. Am I compounding? Not just, I said in my video that I put six figures in, over six figures. I don't even have the numbers, a lot. That's a fact. Like, that's a fact, Jack, right? So, at this point, I'm not compounding. No. The AMA, I listened to part of it and listened to all of it, so I don't think I should comment on the AMA specifically, since I didn't listen to the whole thing. It would be better if I listened to the whole thing. My God, it's kind of like with strong nodes. Am I paying my strong maintenance fee? I am, even though it's very possible that could go into a loss for a while. I had commented the other day that I'll do that even if that's a slight loss, because I believe in the team, right? So, if I have to pay my maintenance fees on the Nest and it's at a small loss, I'll do it just to let them actually come up with the incubators and the investments and all the things that the treasury went into. So, thank you, Scott. Appreciate your kind words, buddy. Rafiq, it's just a difference in running business, a difference in communicating, it's a difference in handling things. I don't want to get into specifics. I'm not here to attack people. I'm not here to disparage anyone. So I'm not going to get into specifics on things. It's just an impasse. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Is there something I'm not telling you? No. Told you everything I have to tell you. Yeah, I think so. Brad. Yes, you have to think long-term with PCC. I think you have to think long-term with any crypto investment. I think this concept of get rich quick is a bad mindset in business and investment and in anything you do. I think you need to be long-term no matter what. Whether that's Phoenix or something else. So yes, I agree with you. Dr. Change, that's really kind of you to say. I never, how do I word this? I never want people to get involved with something because I'm in. I want them to get involved because they know what it is, right? But I don't think that's what you're saying. I want to make that clear that people should get involved because they understand what something is, not just because I'm in it. I'm looking for certain people that I respect to be in things too. I just want to make sure I understand it, right? I would have done the fees a little differently. Lee Newsom as Elvis. That's such a cool name. I would have done things a little differently, but that's okay. I think PCC has a lot of. I think PCC has a lot of great possibilities. I mean, we have to it has to be executed on, right? Stronger, yeah. I mean, look, the whole market has to start correcting for Stronger. Stronger's not going to go up on its own. I hate to say it, although it could, I guess, because it did go up on its own sort of before. If they were a really strong chain and it really had some real revenue and partnerships, yeah, absolutely. Stronger could go up on its own separate from the market. but it's not going to make a big move unless the market moves up with it. So I don't know anything about stacked finance. No, I'm not a mod in the Discord. I'm going to be an investor, just an investor only. I'm a big investor, guys. I want PCC to succeed, right? So just going to be an investor only. Let's see. Yeah, PCC should post today's AMA probably in the next day or two. Usually get it up that time frame. AR, no, I don't. I don't think you're going to be restricted from participating in crypto without accreditation. No, I don't think so. There might be they might regulate to the degree where certain projects fall under a criteria. DeFi could fall under a certain criteria. That's certainly possible. Fiscus needs to get launched. The old saying that you can wish in one hand and crap in the other until you launch. It's all just niceties, right? So how would you have done to think these differently? The fees, it's the fees, it's the tokenomics. I just would have done it differently for the second round. I don't want to get into specifics, guys. I'm not here to attack people. I mean, everybody's got their own way of doing things and they have to make their own decisions, right? Certain things about the way stuff was run, Capo. No, PCC is not going to rug pull. Guys, think about this. If PCC was going to rug pull, would Eric and Luke dox themselves? Would you dox yourself if you were going to take everybody's money? Were you going to say, here's my LinkedIn, here's where I live, here's where I've worked? No, you're not going to do that if you're going to steal people's money. Why would you? You would stay anonymous forever. Brian Gill, thank you. I always appreciate you, man. You're just a cool guy. You're a cool guy. The airdrops are happening. You just got to wait for profit. You can't airdrop something that you don't have. Phoenix and Freeway. We'll see. Nodes are us. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, Lee Newsom. Yeah, there's other ways to handle it. Increased fees is not the way to handle it, though, in my opinion. I think there's other ways to handle it. It's all conjecture until someone comes up with a model that works in terms of the fees specifically. Yeah, on good terms with PCC. I let Luke and Eric know, Gavin and the rest of the team. Yeah, no hard feelings at all. No hard feelings at all. Yeah, I feel like if I didn't tell you guys this, I would just be lying. I would feel like I'm lying, and it's not right. It's not right. Let's go ahead and put a nice image up. Let's see what we'll put up. There you go. They're going to increase the fees when a new contract gets deployed. It's going to take, I think, a couple of days. Yeah, I absolutely prayed about it, buddy. Is this something you prayed about and didn't have peace continuing? Yeah, I would say that's true. I just think it's sometimes you have to take a step back, guys, and refocus. There's a lot of, and here's the thing, like stuff like this always comes up when the market sucks and the sentiment sucks, and I feel like I'm like jabbing a knife in, and that's really not what I'm intending to do, even though I know it probably looks that way. But really there's never a good time to give news like this. I mean, so there's things that I can't control. There's things that I can't control sometimes. I just know that I have something to say and I have to say it. And if I would have waited till tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday, something else would have come up, right? Or people would have been saying, what do you think about this and this and this? I'm not the CMO, so I can't speak on behalf of them. It wouldn't be right. First month of profits. So yeah, there's still things that I know about that they're working on. Thailand, one of them, now that they came out and said they're in Thailand. There's big numbers. It just, a lot of this stuff depends on what's negotiated and what's inked on paper, right? Until it's inked on paper, until there's a handshake. I'm not going to give numbers at all. I won't do that. I don't think that's right. It's not fair to you guys to give numbers anyway. So, yeah. God, family, and friends. Yep. Absolutely, 100%. M-Law, I think I know who you are. In a good way, you're a great guy. Yeah, I think PCC can absolutely succeed. I think it can. Look, I mean, just because I've always said this, price action doesn't determine long-term success. Short-term price action. Yeah, it sucks that there's projects Strong OHM. We won't even talk about time. um, Phoenix, other things like that are down. You know, ironically, Corby, I had another. Uh, so this is an interesting. So after I took the CMO position, I had another project. They're like, "Darn it, we really wanted to offer that to you," and I said, "Okay, man, I'm not gonna like do that." But had a talk with them today just about their project in general. But no, I don't. I'm not looking to take a CMO position or anything like that. No. The multi-sig, yeah, you know what it is, Muhammad. I think your name. Sorry. Yeah, the reason, like, so the question is why not just resign and stay on the multi-sig? It's just, I think at this point, the best position to be in is an investor. Up to this point, I've given advice and things. Some of it acted on, some not, like I said. And I just think it's time to step back and say, best of luck, and I'll support you if you want suggestions and advice down the road. But I just want to be an investor only. Okay, I hope that makes sense. OHM, we'll see if it comes back. I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on Olympus right now, really. Current incubators and their teams, obviously PCC is going to a revenue-based model. Revenue is one thing, but long-term sustainability is another. Well, yes, but see, one of the big problems is a lot of people are starting businesses in the blockchain space and they're guaranteeing a certain return when there's no revenue, right? Now, you might be able to do that in the short term because crypto is crazy. It makes no sense in many ways. But if you want to run a real sustainable business, you need revenue. And you can only pay out with the revenue. It's just like if I start a company, I can't pay you guys $1 million a year if I don't have it. So I'm saying, so you need revenue long term to be sustainable. So revenue is really what's going to make it or break it, frankly. And it's going to be based on the investments that have been made, and the investments that are going to be made. That's where it's all going to come down to. Okay. New smart contract favorable. Well, look, the new smart contract is going to reduce selling pressure if you're going down to 0.06. So absolutely. Yeah, you're going to favorable. Look, it's going to reduce selling pressure. Will then increase buying pressure. That's only going to happen once the incubators actually create profit, I think. I think when there's profit to be had, people will start seeing it a little differently. But right now it's like, well, we don't know. We're not sure. All this other kind of stuff, right? So I think when that happens, it'll be a different ballgame. And I think people will be like, I want in on this round too. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. That's my opinion. Raha, thank you. Cryptic Wolf, I love reading your stuff, man. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I don't know about a new stable coin. Could you clarify what you're talking about? I'm not sure I understand. Let's see. Let's scroll up a little bit here. Hopefully I didn't miss something. Joey, that's not a fact. I mean, you could say that for anything in crypto, right? If you'd have bought anything in crypto 60 days ago, you could be saying the same thing. I don't think that's a fact. We'll wait and see, but I don't think so. I mean, look, I'm put a lot in myself, right? It's a terrible thing you've left. Oh, someone said it's a terrible thing that you've left. It felt like a safety net with you being involved, but thanks for being there along the road. Well, look, anybody that wants suggestions, I'm an open book. I'll sit down and talk to them if they want my advice on something, right? I'm not perfect, guys. Like I can't, with bad sentiment in the market, I can't turn something around if there's certain ways that it should be fixed. Okay, unless I'm like the one actually running it. I hope that makes sense. Mike, thank you. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you. What do you? His own stable coin. Oh, you're talking about, okay, yeah. No, PCC. No, my understanding is PCC is not creating its own stable coin. It's a, how do I put it? It's like a pre-token. It's like a synthetic token in that it has no value, and that you exchange that for the real stable coin that has value, if that makes sense. They're not creating their own stable coin. Now, if you're asking me what I think about that, I don't think it would make any difference. You can onboard profits any which way you want. It could be a stable coin, can be AVAX, can be whatever. So there's no need to create your own stable coin for that type of thing. Ed Money, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate you. Ryan, yes, because the businesses that are being created will be here for the long haul, like Dexes, Spectrum, marketplaces, lotteries. I'm not a gambler, okay, but lotteries, that type of stuff will be around for a long time, as opposed to let's go and buy strong notes, which who knows what's going to happen with strong, right? Or let's go invest in DeFi, and you know something happens to that project, right? So businesses, to me, is the ultimate sustainability. That's the ultimate leverage. That's just my opinion, right? So they serve a real purpose in the market. A lot of these DeFi projects do, but you're really banking on they're being ran by the right people. They know what they're doing. It's difficult. It's really difficult. Gonzo, how you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Love the Good Morning Crypto show. If you guys don't follow Good Morning Crypto and 3T Warrior Academy, go follow them, please. Their morning shows, you can't get any better crypto show, really. The coin that's going to be airdropped, Amir, is my understanding going to be a pre-token. So, like, for example, I'll just use it for example. PUSDC. So it's like a pre-token that doesn't have value. You can't go to the market and do anything with it. All you can do is exchange it for the real profit, which would be USD coin or AVAX or whatever. Last I understand, that is how it's going to work. Okay. They said so on the, okay. That's why I don't want to comment on the AMA, because I wasn't there. I heard something about a bank. Again, I'm not going to comment on the AMA. So if they said that, then okay. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. Luna. Buying Luna is like buying a meme coin. It might go up, might go down. Probably go down. We have an infinite supply. It's not the US dollar, frankly, right? JPL 2009. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. It's just, you know what? Yeah, it's one of those things. It just happens sometimes, man. Eat the loss. Let your two nodes go defunct. I don't know if you're talking about Ness or Strongblock or something else. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Greasy Cheese. What a cool name, Greasy Cheese. If that's what they said, then yeah. I don't want to comment on the AMA. So if they said that, then it probably has something to do with the banking partnership they're working on. CO, yeah, I keep being told about COTPS. In all fairness, I put a little money in, but I can't see myself doing a video on it. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't think I will, though. I mean, when I looked into COTPS, it looked like stock photos of the team. I didn't even think they were real pictures. So I kind of like, makes me really uncertain to talk about that publicly. So that's why a couple people mentioned it to me and just kind of been keeping it private. So. MLAW, wow. 14-hour day, man. How has Freeway fared? Well, the token's down. I think it's a great buying opportunity. So I'll just give you, for instance, this is my bullishness, okay? It doesn't mean it has to be yours. I have a family member that has liquidated half of their mutual fund, and it's 200K, and they want me to put that into crypto. It's already in their Coinbase account. So I've been slowly dollar cost averaging it. And this person's they're trying to ask me what I think about putting the full amount. It was 400K. And yeah, I just have a different opinion. But that's my bullishness. I'm putting my family's money into it, into crypto. So there you go. That's how I feel about it. Fiscus DAO needs to launch. That's my opinion. Fiscus DAO needs to launch. I'm still thinking about whether I want to be on the multi-sig for Fiscus DAO moving forward. So just in all fairness, I'm still thinking about it. I mean, they need to execute pretty quickly here. They need to execute. We will miss you. I'm not going anywhere, Terry. I'm not going anywhere. When did I make my decision to resign? It was over the weekend. I was thinking about it, praying about it. It was over the weekend. No thoughts on Sphere Finance. Nozaris, thank you so much for joining. Always appreciate you. And sorry I never got a chance to help with Griffin Kingdom. Maybe I can still provide some help. I don't know. See what that looks like. Sorry. Good having you on now. Thanks for joining. Lem Diesel, thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Here. I'm going to put something up for you guys. I think you guys will recognize this picture, right? Recognize that? Where are we on this chart right here on the right? Are we at the bottom? Are we somewhere in the middle? Well, I think if you've been in crypto for a little while here, a year or two, 3, or whatever, somewhere like right around here. Like, I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. I don't think you can see my mouse. That's okay. I don't think the streaming software I'm using shows my mouse. But if you just take like right in the middle where the bottom is, that's where we are. Yeah. So that's, hey, that's life. That's crypto. That's everything right there, man. That's all of it. That's all of it. Swish. I'm helping Swish finance with their treasury investments, right? So I'm essentially saying, hey, here's some opportunities, here's some potential for partnerships, things like that. Just giving them my thoughts. Again, it's ultimately their decision, but I'm just giving them my thoughts. Okay. So, yeah. No, Moxie, it's just the way things were handled, right? And I don't want to. There's a reason I don't want to get into specifics, just because I'm not here to disparage or attack anybody. So it's just I would do things different. And generally speaking, you say, well, why can't you stay with him if you would do things different? There's just little differences. There are little differences, and then there are differences that are a little bit more of a difficult impasse. And it was the latter, for me personally. So, okay, hope that helps. Apex. Apex had probably the best launch that I've seen any crypto project have. Like, legitimately, the best launch. Man, like, they had their own decks, they controlled the environment, everything went just so smoothly. Yeah, anytime you launch, there's volatility in the price, but I'll tell you this. So I get pitched stuff constantly, and 99% of it's garbage. 1% of it, whatever the numbers, but 1% of it is actually good. And I have kind of two filters. So when I respond back to a project, the first filter is I ask a lot of questions. That oftentimes cuts a whole bunch out because they don't want to answer a lot of questions. They wanted like a quick, yeah, I'll promote you and I'll charge you $5,000 to do it. That's really what they're looking for. So you ask them a lot of questions. If they get pissed and they're not wanting to talk to you anymore, then I don't want anything to do with them. So if they get through that stage, the second is, what are the answers that I'm getting? Are they good answers? Apex passed both of those tests, right? They exactly like Freeway, actually. Like that guy Freeway to CMO, like that guy just like took a beating. I probably asked that guy like 150 questions before I did my first video, and he gave great answers. So yeah, I like Apex. I'm going to do a video on Apex, by the way. Just I'm trying to navigate the waters of the sentiment right now, just to try to figure out what is it you guys actually need, right? Okay, let's get back to some questions here. MLaw, yes. I knew who you were, MLaw. I knew who you were. Yes. Let's do it, please. Reach back out. We will pray together. Absolutely. You better believe it. Speaking of which, here, I'm going to put some different image up now. I'm just going to go from different images to keep you guys interested here. Let's do this one. Not everybody here is a Christian, I get it, but okay. Differences. I would just do things like I would have had incubators up sooner. I would have had profits in sooner. I would have created a runway sooner. I would have done tokenomics in round 2 differently. This is just real talk. Like, again, I'm not attacking anybody just because I have a different way of doing it. I would have actually not given the round 1 Ness any fire, actually. The reason I wouldn't have done that is because I would have had I would have, in a perfect world, it's easy sometimes to play armchair quarterback, so don't think I'm attacking. But in a perfect world, I would have had enough profits already saved up, wouldn't have had to give them fire. That's just the way I would have done it. It's just different. That requires a lot of money, by the way, because you have to be able to fund investments before you have a lot coming in. So it requires a lot of cash. I get it. Not easy to pull off, but in a perfect world, if I had my way, that's the way I would have done it. I Fly Crypto's in the house. How you doing? You're a great person. Best of luck on whatever you do. Thank you. Really appreciate you. I appreciate our chats, by the way. You are a great guy. You are awesome. Apex. No, Apex. Let's see what's the price of Apex right now. Apex. 150? Nah, I don't think it's too late at all. My opinion. Don't take as gospel. I don't think it's too late though at all. No, I mean they actually interesting. They haven't really pulled back that much with the market being the way it is. I thought they were going to tank bad. They've actually held up pretty well. Their volume's not super high. That's probably a big reason, but still, yeah, still. Let's go up here. Let's look at some other questions you guys got. Commercial property. Why not just buy? Again, I'm not the CMO, so you might want to ask those questions. Just being real with you here. As far as the decision on why not to buy commercial property, look, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, right? I'm not in Thailand, so that would be a better question for them. The NFT cap, are we close to the cap? No. There's 10,000 masters and 1,000 grandmasters, from what I remember. So if you go and look in your dashboard and you go under your NFTs, you'll see what you have, and then you'll see how many more are left. You'll see how many more have been taken. There's a few left. You're not going to run out anytime soon. Russell, thank you. Appreciate it. Horde. I'll tell you what, it's something about Horde nodes. By the way, I like that we're like talking about crypto and we're not just like Phoenix, bad, whatever, good, all this kind of stuff. But Horde, I spoke with their team and I like that they found a way to peg their price. That's super fascinating. I think I understand the mechanics of it, but I had to wrap my mind up around it a little bit. Super fascinating that they've, even in this, here, let's go look. I say let's, I'm not showing you, but I'm going to go look myself. Yeah, $98 still. Like they've pegged it, I think it's between 90 and 120. Even with this market, they've found a way to peg their price. That's super fascinating because it creates predictable passive income. And what they told me is that they are going to bump that up. Like if it's 90 to 120 now, later it'll be like 200 to 250 as they reach certain benchmarks and milestones. I think that's a very fascinating model. I like it. I'm not invested yet though. Just focus, guys. Focus. This is again where I want to refocus. Because I'll tell you this, there's some really innovative stuff going on, but I need to get my focus back and help you guys out with that. Right? Okay. Abram Nightling. I think I'm saying that right. Thank you. Thank you. Your guys is, I said this before, I'll say it again, now that I got more people on here. I think you guys think that I'm giving you a gift by helping, but you're giving me the gift. You're giving me the gift for having the opportunity to help you, because it's better to give than to receive. So, again, thank you for the gift of allowing me to help you, because that's why I started the channel in the first place. I had no intention of ever starting a channel, right? So, yes, I might know something about that Apex partnership. Actually, yeah, I know about a couple of their partnerships, but I'm not going to say that. I'll let them do it. Jan, I'm not going to even say it. Jan, excuse me. Yeah, I think, look, the model of PCC is a great model. Okay, just because I'm not there doesn't mean the model's changed, right? So, hey, it's a great model. Look, a model is great. You have to do things to make it work, right? So, yeah, it's something that, look, and all this stuff in a down market, guys, is, how I said this a week or two ago, that when the markets go down, all the bad news comes out. When the markets go up, all the great news comes out. I almost made it. I made a joke. It's a tongue-in-cheek sort of statement. When everybody's posting about how much passive income they're making daily, and they have laser eyes, that's the time to sell. When everybody's posting the McDonald's meme application, that's the time to buy. It's funny because you can look at charts, but you can also look at social indicators. Those are absolute social indicators. It was sort of tongue-in-cheek when I said it, but it's a half joke, which means half serious. Leonard, it's selling pressure, man. It's confidence. I don't know. Selling pressure, confidence, lack of confidence, all that type of stuff. Right? It's really a lot of people are, okay, now show us. They're in that mindset. So that's probably why. And when it goes to 0.06, I don't expect I know that it will lower the selling pressure. The only question is the buying pressure. That's the question. It has to have buying pressure. I expect it to go up. I mean, if you raise the claim fees, again, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that, but if you raise the claim fees, you reduce the rewards, and you're saying now we're going to a revenue-based model, yeah, price will probably go up, right? XRP. Oh man, I still hold so much XRP, and I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that. Oh man. Let's see. Uh, Light and Salt Coastal Kids. No, not that. Not that I understand. They're not changing the benefits of the master NFTs. iFly Crypto. Take care. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, Grant. That's a really good point. Actually, it's we have FOMO in this space, and it's like the newest, hottest thing. But if you actually give it some time and wait, you can get a much better entry point. Although we'll say a lot of the gains have been not lost, but sometimes you can ride that wave too. So there's a balance there for sure. But you're partly right on that. Absolutely. And the way I love YouTube Live way better than Twitter. Twitter was so wonky and glitchy and buggy. I couldn't even see the things you guys were saying half the time. So definitely YouTube from here on out. Really happy with this. I should know because I handle all of the live streaming at my church every Sunday. I should know that. I don't know why I don't know that. I'm a Christian now. Hey, Crypto Q Man, go ahead and reach out to me. Let's talk. Johnny, yeah, that seems to be the case. Let's see. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Blueberry Jam is asking, does Freeway make their money from currency trade or do they do anything else? It's on the Forex market, so that could be currency. Well, it would be only currency, really. No, that's the only thing I'm aware of. It's quant leveraged. A lot of these words are like, I had a conversation with a guy, really smart guy. I don't want to drop his name. He's in traditional finance, and he watched my video. He says, when I hear quant and leverage trading, that's like combining hell and Satan together. So he had a lot of concerns. I put him in Tough to Freeway team. His concerns were alleviated, but I used those words, and it's like so many people would get turned off by that. But yeah, there's leveraged quant trading. Quant trading is just like hundreds or thousands of trades happening like second by second, minute by minute, hour by hour type of thing. So yeah, they do that with leverage on the Forex market, and they've not turned out a loss. They have very sophisticated, very well-known traders that do a very good job. They make 300% more than they pay you, which means they're extremely profitable. There's no reason for them to cut rewards. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. There's no reason for them to. Jake, yeah, look, I came in to accomplish a goal. The goal was, let's get these incubators up, marketed, and successful. Because there's nothing for me to market, I'm not doing what I came to do, right? That's the main reason. So I hope that makes sense. Freeway is very legitimate. I know a guy, I'm not telling you to do this, but I know a guy that's dumped $1 to $2 million into Freeway. Not financial advice. Just saying. Yeah, so Freeway would have to be in the red for 3 days, and they also have stop losses long before that. So it's highly unlikely you would lose money. Not impossible, highly unlikely you'd lose money in Freeway. Anything's a possibility, guys, so do your own research. This is crypto. Don't take anything I'm saying as financial advice, please. Yield notes. I've known about yield notes for a long, long time, and those guys just keep spitting out profit no matter what's going on in the market. They have a basket of nodes that they invest in, and nodes in different projects. Yeah, they do a really good job. I should probably look into it more. Let's see. We'll probably end this pretty soon, guys. Let's see. How about this image here? I think we were already looking at that one, but it's a nice image. Yeah, we'll end this pretty soon, guys. I think we've been going on almost an hour, close to an hour. Do you think they can rectify their mistake of leaving the treasury in fire? How are they going to rectify it? That has to be sold off, right? I mean, here's the thing. A lot of protocols have an automatic selling mechanism. You invest in a node, it gets sold off immediately. No matter the market conditions, that keeps going and going and going. So if you're doing it manually, you have the opportunity to control that a little bit more. Does that make sense? So that's the reason I think PCC did a good job with that. I don't think it should be sold automatically. I think it should be a manual process, personally, because then you can kind of decide when you want to do it based on the market. You're in a down market. I mean, you guys would not like it if this treasury amount would be sold off every time, and that's what we mean. We'd be much lower right now. So anyway, there's no other way to alleviate that other than sell it, though. Let's see. I knew I was signing up for it. Sucks. So Jan is saying, I don't know what you mean 300,000 for one nest. It wasn't 300,000. You mean 3,000 for one nest? I knew what I was signing up for, but it sucks seeing so much uncertainty. Well, look, I know people that bought strong nodes at $1,200, right? So, like for me, I'll tell you stronger for a minute. I haven't built any nodes since December 31st. That was the last time I built nodes, okay? I'm not going to tell you how many I have because it doesn't matter, but I haven't claimed in over 2 months. I'm holding a lot of stronger. I'm just holding it. It's unclaimed. It's sitting there. When I see a price that I like, then I'll start dollar cost average. I'm not going to dump, but I'll dollar cost average out. That's what I'm doing. That's my strategy personally. And if they come out with certain news that I feel is worthy of building nodes again, then I will. But I'm not building nodes. I'm just sitting on a whole buttload of rewards that I'll slowly dollar cost average out of when the market goes back up. Crypto Q Man, please do. Would love to talk to you. Can I borrow 1 to 2 million? Sorry, I don't have 1 to 2 million to lend you. I said node you. I'm saying the word node. I got node on the mind. Yield nodes. Tell you what, I'll make a note here. A note, not a node. Yield nodes. Okay. Look into the yield nodes more. You're welcome. Thanks. XRP Raha. Appreciate you. Thank you for the prayers. I could use it. I pray for you guys, by the way. Pray for you guys that you're successful. I pray that I don't do or say anything that is misleading, deceiving, lying, any of that kind of stuff. Really try to take what I say and do seriously. So thank you for you guys and for all you do. No, I'll tell you what. So AVAX, I'm holding a ton of AVAX. I have some different, not just Phoenix, just different passive income projects, basket of projects that I was cashing out of. I was cashing out of into AVAX, and what I was doing was I was getting my LLC set up and getting my business bank account set up to backdate for the tax savings. It needs to go through your business account. So I'm like, okay, I'll get my business account set up. I'm just going to hold the AVAX. Of course, the market tanked and tanked and tanked. So I'm holding all this AVAX that's literally like 60, 70% less than what it was when I cashed it out. So for me, I'm holding like a ton of AVAX just waiting for the market to rebound. And it will. It absolutely will. I expect AVAX to be probably 3 digits again this year. That's just my opinion. Grape Finance, I've heard of them. I don't know much about it. I don't know how to say your name. Issy? I'm sorry. Thank you. Much love back. The Fire Treasury. They didn't put all the Fire Treasury in the reward wallet. Not the. Wait a minute, did they? Guys, I'm sorry. My mind is on like 3 or 4 different things at the same time. I apologize. But the reward wallet will be replenished. Trust me, because if it doesn't, you're gonna have bigger issues. Raises red flags. I mean, guys, I'm not telling you to raise red flags. That's on you if you want to raise red flags. I'm not telling you to invest or not invest in anything. I'm just telling you what I'm doing and how I see things, right? $15 node for strong. Makes me cry. It actually hurts my feelings. The price of stronger really hurts my feelings. I'll tell you what, though, it's really so fascinating because you look on a chart, you're like, it was $500, and I look back, I'm like, man, why couldn't I have known about it when it was $15? But now that it goes to 1,200, it comes all the way back down. Now no one wants to buy it. Isn't that just so funny how our minds work? Yeah. I'm not going to tell you to hold fire or sell it for AVAX. I can't give you advice. That's on you, my friend. I'm sorry. I should start my own crypto project. That's interesting. If I started my own crypto project, what would you guys want? Let me ask that. Let me ask a question. How often does that happen? Hey, I'm only answering the question right here. You should start your own crypto project by Tyson Larson. If I started my own crypto project, what would you guys want? What would you do different? Tell me. Showtime notes. That's funny. Meme to earn. That actually might do very, very well. That is so funny. I don't hold BNB. No, I don't hold BNB. I am looking into these BNB miners. I don't think they're that very sustainable. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I'm looking into them though. Patrick Tabor, I think I'm saying that right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Start my own VC crypto project. Start your own crypto project. I mean, how many times has someone said, hey, I don't know how this would go over in the community, but I have this idea. I'm not saying I do. Let's say someone came, I have this idea. I want to do something in a project. What would you guys like to see? Now, how many times has that been done? How many times have people actually gotten the input from the community they're serving? I mean, we have an idea of what the community wants, but how many times have they actually been polled and asked and taken their insight seriously, right? That's a little different approach, I think. Stablecoin rewards since day one. Interesting. What else? What else would you guys do different? Telos. I have not checked out the Telos blockchain. Maybe I should. Telos blockchain. Brian Gill, thank you for your comments. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Very kind. Very kind. Play to earn. I would want what we were promised with PCC. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean I want what we were promised with PCC? What were you promised that you didn't get? I don't understand. DeFi presidents. You guys are awesome. I think I have the coolest, smartest followers. I'm just gonna come out and say that. I don't care what anyone thinks. I just think I have the coolest followers. That sounds so weird. Followers. It sounds like you guys are stalkers or something. Subscribers, probably a better word, right? Take everything that you have seen other projects you have done different, combine them all into one. Okay. That's interesting. Huh. That's an interesting thought, actually. Because there's certainly a lot of things that have been done right and a lot of things that have been done wrong. Sustainability is possible, but you know what? We need to define what sustainability is. Have we ever defined that? Have we ever defined what does it mean to be sustainable? 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 12 years? Like, what does it mean? Does it mean a price? Does it mean a reward rate? Does it mean both? Does it mean a certain period of time? Like, we should probably define that as a community. Otherwise, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to answer whether anything is sustainable, frankly. I mean, for me, I've always felt, hey, look, if something's sustainable for 6 months, 3 months, 3 to 6 months, I mean, it's not sustainable forever, but that's the reason why I called the channel passive aggressive income, because you should be trying to find other opportunities. It's not like I'm going to invest in Strong and go walk away and 30 years later come back and it's still going to be running. That could happen, but don't bank on it, right? Yep. Scott, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I wasn't here actually, I was not in crypto in 2018, 2019. I'll tell you that story. I remember, was it 2017 or 18? I don't remember which year it was, but I remember coming home from my IT job that I love IT, didn't like the people, couldn't stand the people, pretty much typical job, right? And I was sitting on my couch and my business partner said, hey, did you see crypto today? And I was like, what? I knew about crypto, kind of like everybody else, Bitcoin. And I remember looking at the chart, seeing that Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. All these cryptos, I was just looking. I didn't know what the heck I was looking at. All new all-time highs. It was all over the news. I'm thinking, oh, there was something I missed. That was exactly what I said to myself. So come 2020, I originally got into crypto to trade it back and forth to buy more physical silver, right? That was the intention. And I said, well, this is way bigger than just trading back and forth for a metal. I love silver, but I realized what this was. I said, okay, I'm far ahead of a wave, and so are you guys. You guys are so far ahead of the trend. You want to always be ahead of the trend? You are so ahead of the trend, you don't even realize it yet. 5%, I think, is what Johnny Crypto on the Good Morning Crypto Show quotes. 5% of people in the world, I think, roughly, are in crypto. And by the way, of those 5%, do people really understand what they're buying? I'd say within that 5%, maybe another 5% really understand what they're buying. They understand the technology. And even fewer than that understand the passive income side of things. So, stable coin rewards solve the sustainability problem. They can, but there's a tokenomic element to it that has to be solved. Check into many projects, and you have mentioned that you would have done this and that differently, so learn from everybody's mistakes and create a solid project. And maybe I will. I don't know. Do you guys want me to create my own project? I wasn't coming on here to talk about that. I just want to be very clear, because that wouldn't look good. Just saying. I'm just answering the question. Yeah, Blueberry Jam, you nailed it. Nothing is sustainable. Look at the purchasing power of the dollar. You nailed it. You nailed it. I don't even have anything to add to that. It's true. It's true. It's just that I think that concept is that crypto is supposed to be sustainable because it's a finite supply, right? It's just that when you have tokens that have to move around in a certain fashion, a certain speed, you get to the point where there's so many people doing that you run out of tokens. That's the problem. And there's been minds trying to solve this monetary problem for centuries, right? We've kind of taken that problem and brought it into crypto in that the velocity and the building of things with the token, right? And that's sort of the problem. That's where you're going to run into the same modern monetary theory arguments that have been argued, Austrian economics and all this other type of stuff, right? So, Raha, you're a cool guy. I like you. I'm going to have you follow me everywhere I go. How about that? Candace, at the risk of repeating myself, I would just say go back and watch from the beginning, if you wouldn't mind. A project with positivity. That's an interesting one. Crypto consulting. Should. I trust your judgment. Thank you, Jorge. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys. What they did promise was passive income. This will happen when drops. This will happen when drops starts. Yeah, it could. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Sorry, a brain fart for a minute. Yes, you're right. I've run businesses, guys. If you run a business and you say to your staff, guess what? This Christmas, I'm going to pay all of you a $50,000 Christmas bonus. And you only have $10,000 in the bank. And you got 10 employees. You're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem paying them. Right? So why am I saying that? I'm saying that because you can only pay on what you have. Maybe you give them a $200 bonus because that's all you can afford, right? Passive income in crypto should be treated that same way in blockchain, whereas we only have revenue to support X. That's all we can support. That's it. Simple as that. It's more realistic. It's more sustainable. It's like, guys, would you rather? I don't even know the math, so don't check it and say I'm wrong on it, which I probably am. But if I could say, hey, you can earn $10 a day for the next 10 years versus 250 grand this year, which would you rather take? Right? Yeah, it might be only $10, but if you get that every single day, law of compounding, you invest it properly, man, you could make a killing in 10 years, even if it's just $10, right? That's kind of the point. Nodecatcher's in the house. How you doing? Now the live stream has started. Nodecatcher is here. He's here. It started. Can you speculate on airdrop amount per nest? No, I can't because I don't want to. I don't want to speculate. I don't think it's fair for me to speculate. Develop the incubators first, start having revenue, and then create a token with a limited supply to get your initial investment back, and then the holders already know the projected revenue stables, right? Again, it's so easy to say that when we're kind of playing armchair quarterback in that, where do you get the money from up front? That's kind of the problem. Unless you got a serious bankroll, where do you get the money from to create the incubators first? Like, there's no, I mean, you can go take out a big line of credit and debt, I suppose. You can do it that way. That's gambling. It's risk. Not, yeah, it's risky. So that's part of the problem. It's difficult and expensive and very risky to do that. So Interstate. Nice. Create a platform called Interstate and compete with Freeway. Nice. Freeway's got it dialed in, man. I don't know if I want to compete with Freeway. They can dial it. Interstate. You guys are funny. You guys are awesome. I'm glad you guys are in a good mood. I thought this was going to be like a, you know, no hellos, how are yous, and whoop-de-doos are all serious and somber. I'm glad you guys are like having fun and a good mood because we need more of that, don't we? We need to be kind to each other. And we need more of that for sure. Let's see. So we're going to end this in a minute. Let me just look at the crypto market real quick. Let's see what the crypto market's doing. 30,000 for Bitcoin. Yeah, it's just teeter-tottering back and forth. Looks like the DXY is still trying to make a move up. You know, I hate to go back into this again, but these lunar cycles, I don't study, worship, or do anything, say right, wrong, or otherwise on astrology, but I think people who control these markets do. There's certain people that have been calling for certain dates, and it's like, it's almost a little too accurate. And that happened last year too. So I'm like, I'm not saying I agree with it, but these people do, so I want to know what they're thinking so that I can think what they're doing, right? So there's something to that. I think we're out of the big drop. I think we already hit our bottom. Was it 25 and a half? I think we already hit our bottom. That's just my opinion. We'll see. I think we teeter-totter over the next couple months, and I think September, October is when we make our next move up. That's my opinion. Hey, John, how you doing? Good to see you. James Johnson, I would encourage you to just go watch the beginning. Let's see. If you develop a crypto project, count me and I got your back. Notecatcher, you are one of the real ones in the space. I know you get attacked a lot for stuff, but welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. None of us are perfect. We all have our different personalities, and we just, look, there's people that on Twitter, I'll admit I don't like, but I don't let them bother me. If you have a different opinion, great. But it's like, I always kind of look at the way you respond to people on Twitter, sort of like road rage. You don't know who's in that car. How do you know? And I'm thinking of this because I did my last live stream in a car, but you're cutting somebody off in a car and you're flipping them off. Like, how do you know that person in that car wasn't just given 6 months to live and they got a gun and they don't care? I think about Twitter and that, like, you don't know what that person's going through, What if what you said pushed them over the edge? Would you be okay with that? Not that you're responsible, but, let's just treat each other with kindness and love. That's what I'd say. Please create your own project. People can make passive income alongside with ministering to the need here in America and around the world, so those investing know they are making money and helping. Okay, so like a charity element where you can actually see where the money's going, see the contracts, see the transparency, see this is what I'm doing. That's interesting. So you can actually say, hey, we didn't just do it. Like, here's the document. You can go look it up. So legal, you can hand this to your attorney. Go look at it, right? That's an interesting thought. I think maybe once I'm done with the water, got a little water left. Maybe we'll use like a water timer. There we go. A water timer. 18 to 20,000 per nest. Light and salt. I'm not sure what you mean. 18 to 20,000 per nest. Could you clarify what you mean? Empty debit card. You are one of the best mods. Don't tell the other ones I said that. You are one of the best mods that I've seen. If you guys don't know, Empty Debit Card is one of the mods in Phoenix's Discord. Just a really all the mods are just really stand-up guys. Man, those guys work hard. Just try to be nice to them, please. I mean, I'm asking nicely. Just please be kind to them because they work really hard. I mean, there's a lot of just attacking and name calling and just spam and what about this? It's like a 24-hour just assault. So just try to be kind to them, please. I would just ask that nicely. Was there a conflict of interest when I joined PCC? No. Why would there be? Keep in mind, I shared the video about Phoenix before I joined, right? I don't see what the conflict of interest would be. Now, it might have been different if I joined and made a video. That could have been questionable. Because I had shared the story about how that came to be. So either you believe it or you don't. I mean, that's really not my call to make. You have to either believe it or don't. All right. Maybe a couple more questions and that's it, guys. I'm going to head out. I got a workout to do. Love hanging out with you guys, though. This is actually a lot of fun. We'll do this more. Just talk and talk about the market and things I'm looking at. I'm not familiar. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I am familiar with Drip Network. Don't think much of it. I found Drip Network actually back in, what was it, October, November. It didn't make really any sense to me personally. It's kind of like a lot of these BNB miners that I'm looking at. They just don't really make sense. I mean, they're just programming in a daily reward. They could literally put anything in there. So anyway, yeah, but I am familiar with it. Okay. Sustainability. Is sustainability just a meme? Excuse me. Not leg day, no. Thank you, Empty Debit Card. What a cool name, Empty Debit Card. How could you not like a guy named Empty Debit Card? That's such an awesome name. Phoenix Community Capital. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, Salt and Light. That's why I don't give numbers out. Okay, I don't give numbers out for that reason. So I understand other people did, but I don't give numbers out. Any recommendations for a tax guy? Complete confusion. I spent 40 hours trying to figure. Yeah, I know. CSV files are not fun. Yeah, so I'll do a little bit of shilling. I did a video right here. It says my accountant revealed. If you want to use him, his name is Patrick Camuso, and he is my accountant. He is also a CPA. So if you want to use him, to file your taxes, you can. He's just my accountant because I have another CPA from back when I was in e-commerce. Super expensive firm to get into, and since I'm in with them, I want to stay in with them. Excuse me, and it gives me a little diversification in my team. Your accountant, your CPA, this is all part of your team, right? So it gives me some diversification in my team. But reach out to him. He can probably help you out, I'm sure. He has a whole team that does this. That's a nightmare dealing with that, so I don't wish that on you. And we're going to end with this image here, because why not? Thanks, Space Checker. Cool name. Thank you for the kind words. Terry, it's the video. Just go watch the video. It's in the video. I tell you how to contact him. Yeah, really excited. I have people asking, do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? I mean, honestly, at this point, it's like, I'll be happy with whatever God blesses us with. But we should find out this week. I have to be careful because I have some family following me, so I don't think I could post it. Not yet. I'll post it a little while, maybe a couple weeks after we find out. Yeah. Love Jeremiah 29:11. Matter of fact, yeah, 29:3-4 is actually one of my favorites right now. Is that Phoenix is that the real Phoenix? Yeah, as far as I know. Bruce Wayne, you're always like the first to comment on my videos. How do you get there so quickly? You just like throw down a smoke bomb, you're at the video first thing, and you comment. Blessings to you too, Bruce Wayne. We have Bruce Wayne and Nodecatcher in here, man. What more could you ask for? Okay, guys. Well, again, this is, just bear in mind, I mean, down markets, it's so easy to say, look, I bought this at this price and now it's down to this price. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid, right? No, you're not. Just like when you buy something and it skyrockets, oh, I'm such a genius. Both of those approaches come with big negatives, is that you make emotional decisions. I am suggesting don't make an emotional decision. And if you feel like you're going to make an emotional decision, literally step back, breathe. Maybe you take a day off, maybe take an hour off, whatever it may be. Come back when you can weigh the pros and the cons, right? And just looking at this market, I mean, go and look at past years. Go and look at past markets. It's not going to zero. Everybody in COVID thought it was going to zero too, and it never did. Everybody was screaming for zero. Every time something goes down, everybody has lower and lower price predictions. Just like when everything goes up, people have higher and higher price predictions. It's the psychology of the market. It's just the way emotionally we are trying to protect ourselves. It's like our reticular activating system in our brain trying to prove us, not just trying to prove us right, but trying to protect ourselves, right? It's a sort of a bias. It's not that there isn't legitimacy in that. I'm just saying, try not to feed into it, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's really just conjecture. And always have a goal. Always have an end plan of what you intend to do with your wealth, because the saddest thing would be that when you guys win, and I know you will win big time in this market, that you don't know what to do with it. You don't know who you want to help. You don't know what you want to invest in. You don't know how you want to help your family. You don't know how you want to help those around you with charities, all this type of stuff. And it gets squandered because there's no plan for every dollar. So I would advise you have a plan for every dollar. Know who you want to help. And just remember that you're loved. There's people who love you. And in markets like this, it's so easy to get depressed. Markets go up, markets go down. But what you don't have is anything more than one life. And you can't get more time back. So that's something that always be bullish on your time. Always be bullish on your life. And always be bullish on Christ, because he loves you and he has a plan for you, whether you are feeling up to it or whether you are feeling down to it. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. God bless, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks a lot.